breaking news, Matthew Perry, who starred as Chandler Bing in the popular sitcom Friends, has died.
Celebrate the man who made us all smile by talking about his life first. Born on August 19, 1969 in Williamstown, Massachusetts, Matthew Perry had a pretty rough start in life. His parents, Suzanne Marie Morrison, a Canadian journalist and former press secretary to Canadian Prime Minister Pierre Trudeau, and John Bennett Perry, a relatively unknown American actor and singer, divorced when Matthew was just 1 month old. After the divorce, his mother moved back to Canada, and Matthew was primarily raised in Ottawa, Ontario. He developed a strong bond with his mother, while still having a great relationship with his father as well. He grew up like that, between two happy families, belonging to both but not totally feeling like being part of any of them. Matthew attended Rockcliffe Park Public School in Ottawa. He had a passion for tennis, and as it was with most things he was passionate about, he excelled in it, becoming a top-ranked junior player in Canada. However, his interest in acting began to overshadow his tennis ambitions during his high school years, deciding to follow in the footprints of his father and dedicating his life to acting. Due to this decision, Matthew moved to Los Angeles at the young age of 15 to live with his father and pursue acting more seriously. He attended the Buckley School in Sherman Oaks, where he graduated in 1987. During his high school years, he continued to work on his acting skills, honing them to an impressive level. He also performed in several school plays, further falling in love with the attention that came with it, solidifying his desire to become an actor. Perry's break into the entertainment industry came relatively early. While still in high school, he landed his first major TV role in the series Second Chance in 1987.
What kind of suit is that?
Don't you like it?
I wouldn't be caught dead in it.
Although the show was short-lived, it helped him gain valuable experience and exposure in the industry. Following this, he appeared in various TV shows, such as Growing Pains and Beverly Hills 90210. But that was nothing compared to the role he got in 1994. His career reached new heights when he was cast as Chandler Bing on the NBC sitcom Friends. You probably heard of it once or twice. Jokes aside, this role catapulted him to icon status. The show quickly became a massive hit, and Perry's portrayal of the witty and sarcastic Chandler made him a household name. It was the beginning of his career, but also of something much darker. Seemingly everything was going great in his life, as the success of Friends not only cemented Perry's place in television history, but also opened up opportunities in film. He starred in movies like Fools Rush In back in 1997 and The Whole Nine Yards in the year 2000. He just couldn't have enough. He wanted all the fame, as he admitted himself to the New York Times in 2002. There was steam coming out of my ears. I wanted to be famous so badly. You want the attention, you want the bucks, and you want the best seat in the restaurant. But with all that desire came pressure. The type of pressure for which you have to find a healthy way to deal with, because if you don't, it crushes your soul slowly but definitely, like a hydraulic press.
But I would sometimes say a line and they wouldn't laugh, and I would sweat and just like go into convulsions. If I didn't get the laugh I was supposed to get, I would do it.
Before his death, he left us with a memoir by the name Friends, Lovers, and the Big Terrible Thing, which he released on the 1st of November back in 2022. There he stood strong, sharing his struggles and basically documenting everything that was going on with him. Before we continue, we would like to remind you to subscribe and like this video. We always appreciate your support. Now let's continue with the story of Matthew Perry. In it, he wrote that by the age of 14, he had become an alcoholic, hinting that his struggles started a lot sooner than we thought. Later on, he became addicted to Vicodin after a jet ski accident in 1997.
But I was taking 55 Vicodin a day. I weighed 128 pounds.
Matthew battled this addiction and completed a 28-day rehab program. But unfortunately, he continued many of his other bad habits, further ruining his already deteriorating health. In May 2000, at the age of 30, he was admitted to Cedar Sinai Medical Center with alcohol-induced pancreatitis. Perry said in 2002 that, although he made an effort not to drink on the set of Friends, he did arrive with extreme hangovers and sometimes would shake or sweat excessively on set due to not having alcohol in his system. During the later seasons of the series, he abandoned that rationale, frequently getting drunk or high on set. His castmates made efforts to help him, even staging an intervention, but they were unsuccessful. He was almost mad at them for not having the same issues as him. All of them seemed to be living their lives normally, enjoying and relishing in their fame, while he was having constant battles with demons.
It's not fair.
It's not fair.
That I had to go through this disease while the other 5 didn't. They got everything that I got. But I had to fight this thing. And
In February 2001, Perry paused productions of Friends and Serving Sarah for 2 months so that he could enter inpatient rehabilitations for his addictions to Vicodin, methadone, amphetamines, and alcohol. He said later that due to his substance abuse disorder, he had no memory of 3 years of his work on Friends. The only thing he remembered was the love he felt for Jennifer Aniston. However, as he revealed later on during the press tours for his book, his crush on Jennifer disappeared, meaning that the other crush was the one stopping him from moving forward with his life. The crush he had on alcohol and drugs. Continuing his hectic lifestyle, it was only a matter of time before he would yet again have some serious health issues. As he sadly pointed out himself,
If I did die, it would shock people, but it wouldn't surprise anybody.
in 2018, Perry spent 5 months in a hospital for gastrointestinal perforation. During the hospital stay, Perry nearly died after his colon burst from opioid abuse. He spent 2 weeks in a coma and used a colostomy bag for 9 months. Upon being admitted to the hospital, doctors told his family that Perry had a 2% chance of survival. He was connected to an extracorporeal membrane oxygenation machine, meaning that he was on life support. All of this still wasn't enough for him to finally draw the line and change his way of living. 2 years later, while attending rehab in Switzerland, Perry faked pain to get a prescription for 1,800 milligrams of OxyContin per day and was having daily ketamine infusions. He was given propofol in conjunction with surgery, which stopped his heart for 5 minutes. The resulting cardiopulmonary resuscitation, more commonly known as CPR, resulted in 8 broken ribs. He paid $175,000 for a private jet to take him to Los Angeles to get more drugs. When doctors there refused, Perry spent another $175,000 to take a private jet back to Switzerland. His life and money started to revolve around drug abuse, to which he bravely admitted himself.
I was in a dark room meeting with nothing but dealers and completely alone.
In 2022, he estimated that he had spent $9 million on his addiction, including 14 stomach surgeries, 15 days in rehab, and therapy twice a week for 30 years. Not only that, he said that he had attended approximately 6,000 Alcoholics Anonymous meetings. He didn't just give up. He tried many times, but he couldn't change the bad habits that he developed at 14. A year after that, on October 28, 2023, Perry was found unresponsive in a hot tub in his home in Los Angeles. He was pronounced dead at 4:17 p.m. that day, at the age of 54.
Actor Matthew Perry has died. The beloved Friends star was reportedly discovered dead in the jacuzzi of his LA area home.
At first, it was reported that he died from drowning, but after further examination, it was determined that drowning was the secondary cause of death. Matthew Perry died from the acute effects of ketamine, according to the autopsy report released by the Los Angeles County Coroner. The autopsy listed drowning, coronary artery disease, and buprenorphine effects as contributing factors not related to the immediate cause of death. The manner of death was ruled as an accident. Even though he stated that he finally managed to subdue his dark cravings just a couple of months earlier, his death confirmed that wasn't fully the case, making his death even more unbelievable. As the old saying goes, be careful what you wish for. Matthew got everything he wanted: fame, money, and the best seats in luxury restaurants, but he paid with his mental and physical health for it. His bravery to speak up and admit to all the terrible things he struggled with will be remembered, and you can read all about it in his memoir. His life and death are a testament to it, showing to everyone struggling with substance abuse that drugs are never the answer. Rest in peace, legend, and to all your fans, you will always be our favorite friend.